What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with another review for Abbott Elementary. You guys, it's actually the season finale of Abbott Elementary, season 4, episode 22. The episode was titled "Please Touch Museum." You guys. Now, before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, you guys, and also by sharing the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, you guys, let us go ahead and discuss Abbott Elementary. Think about what I was talking about, shall we? All right, you guys. So Ava is back at Abbott, and she is on the intercom, giving the announcements, letting it be known that she's going into her second term as principal, and she has signed some executive orders. The first executive order is to pardon herself for the bribes. Second, she has changed the passcode. The bathroom that is in the basement, yeah, she's changed the passcode to the bathroom. She's also gonna, the previous administration, she's gonna undo everything that Gregory has done. Gregory is pissed because they're going on this field trip today, and she should read everything that he has, right? So then she also says anybody who makes any snide comments, they will be met with disciplinary actions. And so Janine made a little snide comment about her, and then she was high-fiving Melissa and Barbara, right? But then Ava is right behind her, and she was like, "How are you here?" It's because it's a recording. So it's a recording of Ava, right? Now, like I said, this week they're going to the Please Touch Museum. So we find out that Gregory's dad is going to be coming and chaperoning the trip. And Janine, however, wants to impress Gregory's dad. So Janine is using all these military terms, and I'm like, oh my God, Janine, only you would do this, right? Whereas Gregory is telling Janine, just be yourself. And my dad, be yourself, because you doing this. He's telling her don't have any high expectations when it comes to his dad, because Gregory and his dad is stiff. And I'm like, much like you, huh? You and your dad have a lot in common, which we've met Gregory's dad, Orlando Jones, before, so we definitely met Gregory's father. Now we move over. The young kids, they're excited to go to the museum, right? Whereas the 8th graders, since this is their last year at Abbott before they go to high school, they're not that excited about going to the museum because they feel like this is for babies. And even Mr. Johnson is going, and they were like, look, Mr. Johnson's going. He's like, I don't want to go. He said, I'm only going because y'all ain't got enough chaperones. He said, this museum is for babies. And Jacob said, it's not. He said, yes, it is. He said, no, it's not. He said, yes, it is. So then we see O'Shawn come, right? So O'Shawn comes bearing gifts for Ava. Nice gesture, right? It's some earrings. I was like, oh, okay. He bought her some earrings. And Ava looked at them earrings and like, they're beautiful. So I was like, I wonder what these earrings look like that he got her. So then we see Ava with the earrings on. I have to agree with Ava. Those were the ugliest fucking earrings I saw. I mean, my God, those earrings were ugly. They looked like costume jewelry. Now, if those were designer, here's what I will say. If those were designer, and if it was a black designer, which I hope and pray it wasn't, but if it was, my God, them earrings were ugly. Now, we see as everybody makes it to the museum. So Gregory's dad made it, right? And he's asking Gregory, where's Janine? So they were running a little bit late because of the buses, and Janine is on another bus that's even later, right? And that's his dad is like, that's why I didn't want to ride the bus. There's no seat belts. I was like, it's a bus. I don't know any bus that has a seatbelt on it, but okay. Not even the public buses. Not even public transportation has seatbelts, but whatever. Mr. Eddie, whatever. So Janine comes in with her class. Janine is trying to be this strict, no nonsense disciplinary. I was like, me and Gregory both looking at Janine and like, what the hell are you doing, Janine? Like, I was just really confused by Janine because her demeanor was not Janine T's, right? So we keep on with this with Janine. She keeps doing this to herself because one student even fell and hurt herself. Janine was trying to be a strict person with the student, but Janine, she finally cracked and had to, because the little girl was upset and crying, and so Janine started to show who she really is. Right now, we move over with the eighth graders. They're all Barbara, Melissa, even Jacob. They're all trying to get them to enjoy this, right? But everything that they see is not fun for them, and they don't want to do it, right? Now, we see as Ava is, trying to cover up them ugly ass earrings, and Barbara was like, "Did you develop a nervous tick when you left?" And she was like, "No, O'Shawn bought me some earrings." She was like, "And what's wrong with that?" She was like, "These are earrings that even Janine wouldn't like." And so Barbara was like, "Well, did you tell him, how you feel about him?" And she was like, she doesn't want to hurt his feelings, and she doesn't want him to feel like he has to go broke to make her happy. And I was like, "You know what, Ava, you a real one, right?" So Barbara said, "Let me see the earrings." And she showed them to her. She's like, "Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, right?" Now, Janine, however, Janine is struggling to try to appease Gregory's daddy and be herself. And I'm like, Janine, if he doesn't like you for you, then that's his loss. Obviously, his son likes you for who you are. So I don't know why Janine was going above and beyond to try to be someone that she's not. But eventually, it broke, right? Because there was a kid in a tree that said the trees had a soul, and Gregory's dad wants to be realistic and say trees don't have souls, and Janine was like, they do have souls. And she says she drives by a tree every day to work, and she's named the tree, right? And eventually, Gregory's daddy, he played into it. So Gregory and I both looked up and was like, what the hell is going on? Because he pretended like he was a tree and, talking about squirrels and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, he can be silly. Now, young Mr. Eddie, can you be silly? Because we don't really see too much of that with you, Gregory. Now, the little tour guide that's with them, he talked to the older kids, right? He told them like, hey, we kind of like, they have an auditorium, right? He told them, how about we go over there? If you guys want to put on a play for your teachers, you can do that, right? So then we see as the little tour guide took a picture of Ava and the kids. Them earrings are visible, right? So he asked her, did one of the kids make the earrings for her? She says, no, someone very important to her bought those for her, and they're pretty expensive. But Ava covered them bad boogers back up and took them off her ears. And O'Shawn, he saw her when she took them off. I was like, oh, poor O'Shawn. Poor O'Shawn. So then we see Gregory talking to Janine, right? And Gregory doesn't know how to deal with the fact, because the person that he's seeing, be silly, talking about trees having souls and squirrels and pretending to be a squirrel and all this kind of stuff. This isn't the person that raised him, so he doesn't know what to do with this, right? And Janine just suggested to him, well, why don't you talk to your dad? And I was like, exactly. Just sit down, have a conversation with your dad and tell your dad how you feel, right? Now, we see the eighth graders. So they ended up having a play. And they want the teachers to act out the play. And they were like, where's the script? So what they have is they have cue cards, right? And they want Barbara to be Miss Chimenti. They want Mr. C to be Miss Howard. Oh, shit. And they want Miss Chimenti to be Mr. C. Man, when they put and Mr. Johnson, can't nobody be Mr. Johnson but Mr. Johnson, right? So we'll get to that in just a minute, because when I tell you guys, I laughed my ass off, right? So actually, we'll get to it right now. So we see as the play started, right? So like I said, Barbara is pretending to be Melissa. She did a great job with Melissa. It was Jacob for me, you guys. When Jacob did Barbara, I was like, oh my God. And y'all remember that episode where she had that candle? He did that candle. She was like, that was a challenging day for her. And then Melissa over here is Jacob with a curly wig on. I said, oh my God. But it was funny and it was cute. And the kids were having fun with it, right? The kids were having fun. But if you notice, when Melissa did Jacob, this is Chris Perfetti. He was trying his hardest not to break character, because if you look at him, he had his lips pursed together because he was trying his hardest not to laugh. So then we move back over to Gregory, and Gregory is talking to his dad, right? And his dad is telling him that he likes Janine because Janine reminds him of Gregory's mom. Because he told Gregory, like, your mom would tell me that, calm down and just look at things, try not to be so serious about things, right? And so that's what he told him. Janine reminds him a lot of his mom. And so they're good. But, Gregory did tell his dad, like, as a kid, I never saw this side of you. But I guess, they had the conversation, so I'm assuming his dad's like, he listened to what Gregory said, and so they're good. Now we see as Janine came to get them, because they're in the play as well. So Janine is playing Mr. Eddie Bot, and Mr. Eddie is playing Miss Teagues. It was a fun play, really fun. I enjoyed it, right? Now we do see as O'Shawn and Ava are talking, right? So O'Shawn is like, asking about the earrings. She's like, oh my God, they must have fell off. And he let her know, like, I saw you when you took them off. And so she told him, like, those earrings are not my style. And he was like, well, why didn't you tell me? And she was like, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. And I just didn't want you to feel like you had to basically, like, go above and beyond to make me happy or things like that, right? And so he said, well, these earrings weren't really my first choice. So he opened up his phone and he showed Ava what his first choice were, right? And she was like, well, how about you return, because she pulled them out of her pocket. She's like, how about you return these and you get me those? So they're going to be good, right? So then the end of the episode, we see as, the teachers are just talking about the kids, how, because they're looking at these 8th graders, and Barbara and Melissa are remembering when they were in kindergarten and in 2nd grade. And to see them now go into young adulthood, they're just talking about that. They're reminiscing about that. And then we see as Ava and O'Shawn, they were on that's a merry-go-round, right? With the horses, whatever the hell it is. We saw as they shared a kiss with each other, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. But yeah, you guys, that is the end of season 4 of Abbott Elementary. You guys, please tell me what you guys thought about season 4 overall of Abbott. I, like every other season, have enjoyed it immensely. I can't wait for it to come back in the fall. Oh, it's going to be a long summer, but it is what it is. Also, you guys, before we get off of here, definitely big, huge shout out and congratulations to Cheryl Lee Ralph, who got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So definitely congratulations to Cheryl. She looked amazing on the red carpet when she was, we see her laying down by her star. She looks amazing. So congratulations, Cheryl. Cheryl has been in the business for a very long time, right? We saw her in Sister Act 2. She was on Broadway. She was on Moesha. She's been on, was she on Instant Family? I think she was on Instant Family with Tia Mowry. Like, Cheryl has been in the business. Was she on Instant Family? No. Yeah, she's on Instant Family with Tia Mowry, right? Right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm correct. Because I think Loretta Devine was on the other show, Family Reunion with Tia. I'm almost positive Cheryl was on Instant Family with Tia Mowry, and that show was actually really good, but short-lived. But yeah, you guys, that's all I got for this season of Abbott Elementary. Like I said again, I absolutely enjoyed season 4. It was a fun season. I can't wait to see what season 5 has in store for us with, our teachers, Miss Sheminti, Mr. C. What are they gonna call him? Because these kids that are leaving, the 8th graders, they're the ones that named him Mr. C. So are we going to stick with Mr. C for Mr. Hill going forward? Like, I hope so. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you guys thought about Abbott Elementary, the season finale. And that's it for me, you guys. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video. And until the next time, you guys, please stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.